Hey guys, Narjack110 here, and with the planes came an amazing amount of resources, tools, and new things to collect. But it's all rather unclear as to how you get this stuff. I'm here at Old Man Soombat, the mining guy, and you see a lot of resources, some mining things, gems, but how do you get all this stuff? Same for the Fisher High Look. We have bait, we have trophies, we have dyes, we have spears, but what are all these used for? How good are they? And how do we get them? I'm going to be trying to do a tutorial on simplifying Ostron Standing and how to collect some of the new things in Cetus. First off comes the Ostron Standing. This is going to be the fuel that you're going to use to pretty much get everything here. Everything will cost the standing. Kanzu will be your primary source of earning reputation with the citizens of Cetus. Each of his bounties offers a decent chunk of standing, the hardest mission of which will often offer around 3,200. The amount of standing will also scale with the difficulty of mission you do. So, if you're really wanting to just grind out some standing, Kanzu will be the way you want to go. Another, but less efficient way of getting standing is by turning in fish. Now, to get fish, you need to go fishing, seems rather obvious, and you need a spear to do so, and you're going to need standing to get that spear. So you're going to have to do a Kanzu mission before you can get this spear. It's the basic one. They each do different things. This one's good against smooth-skinned fish. I think this one's good against scaled fish. Now, to acquire fish, it's a pretty simple thing. You just gotta find a pond and wait for fish to appear. You can get auditory cues with fishing if you hold your aim button. It's kind of like focusing your attention, and so all of their sounds are kind of muted out. It'll be a bubbling sound. There we are. Gotcha! Go to the fishing services, where you can then click select fish, and turn in both of your prized fish. Now, the standing you get is pretty meager. If I had larger fish or more fish, I'd be getting more. These guys are worth like 25 standing apiece. But you need to understand that if you donate this fish to the Ostrons, you lose the ability to collect any resources that these guys would normally drop. Yogwin stomachs are, they don't drop all the time. The fish meat comes really often. The fish scales is pretty common drop too. The fish oil, that comes with pretty much every fish as well. So I'm going to provide these. And as you can see, we get a small amount of standing. Back to Old Man Sumbat, the third way of getting standing with the Ostrons is mining. Now, you're going to need a mining laser to do so. Now, having collected your mining laser from Old Man Sumbat with a bit of standing, I think the price is 500 standing, it'll start to ping whenever you look at a gem. So as you can see, there's something out there, but it's not really close. But if I turn this way, the ping rate increases, and as I get closer, it'll start to beep even more wildly. Now, as you can see here, this is a gem, something we want to mine up. So now we position ourselves where we can do that, and a little white line appears around it. You just take your mouse, click, and the laser will appear, and you drag it around the shape of the line. We got 3 videos, which is actually pretty good. Now we're back at Old Man Soombat's again after having mined up our gems. So I'm going to turn in the 3 that we earned. They're worth 50 each, so we'll get, a fair amount of standing, not a whole lot. There we are. We just gained a bit of standing after turning in some gems. Now there are different gems we can turn in. These are worth the most. These are worth very little. These are worth very little, but these are significantly more common, I think. So you can turn in gems as a means of gaining standing. It's not nearly as effective as Kanzu's job board, but if you happen to have a lot of extras lying around, why not? Now, your standing can be used to do things like buying blueprints from the various inhabitants. As you can see, the basic stuff is relatively cheap in the standing cost department, but as we go into more kind of exclusive stuff, it gets pretty expensive. 12,500 standing for weapon arcanes. So it'll get pricier as you go up, meaning you'll have to farm even more standing if you want to get the better equipment. Just a side note, this guy is Hawk. He is Hawk's Anvil. The blueprints you can buy here are weapon blueprints, and you can combine them. I don't currently have a strike, but you can combine them to make your own custom weapons. There's like over 550 combinations of various weapons that you can make. So he's really quite neat. Now, a bit of a spoiler warning for this next part. If you haven't completed the second dream or the War Within, this does contain really quite large spoilers for it. So if you haven't done that, go do it and skip this portion. Yeah, you have been warned. Another part of the Ostron civilization is the Quills room. It's this locked door that you can't get through. You can't activate a trigger pad. You can't do anything until you complete the Sia's Vigil quest. Upon completing that, you can perform transference and this door will open, revealing the Quills' kind of hideout. Now, this guy is Quill Onco Primary, and he has his own syndicate standing type of dealio. You can get parts for assembling amps, operator weapons, and these cost quite a hefty chunk of standing right up front. You can get arcanes from him pretty cheaply and immediately. They do various little kind of passive bonuses. Now, the way you get standing for this guy is by trading in sentient cores for standing. Right now, I have 1,000 standing with him. You can trade in intact sentient cores, exceptional sentient cores, and flawless sentient cores. You can get the intact ones from the Vonvalists, the little ghost-like sentient things that float around at night. You kill them and they have a chance of dropping an intact sentient core. And the exceptional and the flawless sentient cores you get from injuring or defeating an Eidolon. So we can turn these in and we'll get 100 standing each. You can turn in sentient cores to rank up, but there's only one more way you can earn standing, which is turning in already built and ranked up amps. They will give you a fair chunk of standing, but this is my only one, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to hang on to this one. Anyways, guys, I hope I've made Cetus a little bit easier to understand and its resources seem a little bit more attainable. This has been Natterjack110 from the Here We Play Games channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all next time.